Guru definition of self-realization. Self-realization is the knowing in all parts of the body, mind, and soul that we are now in possession of the omnipresence of God, that we do not have to pray that it comes to us, that we are not merely near it at all times, but that God's omnipresence is our omnipresence, that He is just as much a part of us now as He ever will be, and that all we have to do is improve our knowing. I can assure you, you can go to church as much as you want to, you can read the Bible as much as you want to, you can read any so-called holy book as much as you want to, the Bhagavad Gita, the Quran, the Torah, any so-called holy book. And I can assure you, none of them, just by the reading of it, will get you to realize who and what you are. That is a task that only you can discover for yourself by going within your own self. That's the truth. At this present moment, you are an omnipotent created being. So you probably don't believe that, and I'm not going to attempt to convince you of that truth, but however, you are, nonetheless. So, I'm going now with today's program. One of my favorite writers was a gentleman named James Allen, who wrote a small 69-page book called As a Man Thinketh. And at the before the first chapter, he had this to say about your mind. Mind is the master power that molds and makes in man his mind. And evermore, he takes the tool of thought and shaping what he wills, brings forth 1,000 joys, 1,000 ills. He thinks in secret, and it comes to pass. Environment is but his looking glass. And that is so true. The world that you see at all times, no matter where you go, is your own personal looking glass, blatantly showing you how you feel about anything and everyone that you come across. That your mind, due to what you think and feel, creates the world that you perceive. And I can assure you that the world that you perceive, though similar, is not exactly the same as another. Understand that. Understand the following about the physical world. It is incapable of making you completely happy and satisfied. Why? All conditions and things in it are constantly changing. The television that you're watching right now, in a few years, it'll be obsolete. The car you drive will be obsolete. The clothes you're wearing will eventually wear out. Everything in the world is changing. It's constantly changing. And everyone wants a joy that is everlasting, a joy that is permanent. And most people look for that joy in the physical world where it is unattainable, simply because in the physical world everything is in a constant state of change. Well, if you can't find it in the physical world, and it is guaranteed not to be found in the physical world, then where else are you going to find it? Where else but within your own self, where the real world is, within your own self. As the man Jesus said about 2,000 years ago, the kingdom of God, the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of all good is within your own self right now. And it is the all good that will make you happy. They're all good. And that's what we always want to experience at all times. We want to experience nothing but the good in life. Understand that. So in order to understand that, you get from this moment onward the following truth about yourself. The only power that there is or that will ever be is now contained in this present moment. There was no more power in Jesus' day, in Buddha's day, in Zoroaster's day, in Moses' day than there is right now. I say right now. All of the power that ever was and ever will be is here and now, and it is within you at this present moment. That's the truth of your being. How you use that power is up to you, because since the day you were born, you have been using it and cannot help but use it. The question is, how have you been using it? And another question will be, how will you use it? Once you begin to understand where your future lay, then you will be more attentive to your thought processes. And the following is true about you. Your future is in your imagination. Yes, your future is in your imagination. And guess what? Since your future is in your imagination, man, woman also of course, man is all imagination. Think about that very, very carefully. What can you possibly do without first using your imagination, creating a mental image in your mind, and after that mental image has been created, to act on it? Something as simple as me doing the following. I am going to pick up this glass of water because these lights are hot and I am thirsty. I have to see myself doing it first. No matter how fast the imagined image. Once I do that, I just did it now. I pick up the glass of water. Ice cold. If I do not imagine myself putting it back down, that glass will remain like this for the rest of this program. But I have to see myself putting it down. Well, the thought comes instantaneously, but I had to create a mental image. Then I'll put the glass down. Same is true for everything that you've ever done. Everything that you have done today, and everything that you have yet to do. It will take a mental image on your part. Whether you create that mental image unconsciously, like most people do most of the day, or consciously. And the object of this Mind Power Out program is to get you to become more consciously aware of what you are thinking from moment to moment to moment.